Yeah, you gotta love outside factors. But so far so good here. No major hiccups as it stands. He missed a absolute banger of a match the match before. Went to tiebreaker. Uh, it was very much in control by Alrighty, are we back? Are we actually back? I think we might actually be back. Oh my goodness. We are so back, guys. Alrighty. Gotta love the internet sometimes and Discord. A very impressive piece of technology, but with that being said, we are so back. Surf will be back in just a moment. Hopefully, they aren't being plagued by the same connection issues. But with that being said, I think we only missed one of the maps. And it is now 3-0 as we move on to Simurg. Hybrid 3 going to be the pick for Luqas Monkey to try and get a point here as we continue on in this match, but already 13,000 points down and more as a number of misses coming through. Front side of Luqas Monkey gonna grow this lead to about 20,000 points. And right on cue, Surf True is back. We're so back.
Hopefully, yes.
We didn't miss much. We missed Rice too, but that's perfectly fine. We're now on Hybrid 3, and it is already going into the halfway point of the chart. 28,000 points in favor of Oxygen, Allergy, and I mean Turks and Watch. When you put these two together, it is just so hard to mount any sort of a challenge against them, especially on maps this hard.
Yeah, it already appears like we're like this duo could already form like an MWC tier duo. Like just having Turks and Watch like just keeping up very well. Like having the second best, like first and second best accuracy in the entire room.
Yeah, not really much you can do if you are Luqas Monkey. Jerem doing their best, but just finding these misses here and there, just not able to get back up with that 400 combo cap. Luqas as well, 99.3 for them. Very respectable accuracy, and able to maintain the FC as well, at least for now. But just, I mean, there's really not much you can do. The accuracies are too good from the side of Oxygen Allergy. 99.6 is about to climb up to 99.7 if you're Turks, if you play your cards right with only a sliver map left to go. 70,000 points to margin for this map as it stands.
You know, like the one thing that makes this tournament interesting in a way is that like some of the players here, like we usually don't see them compete in charts of this difficulty in MWC, because most of the time, like when their teams end up losing out on getting to this stage of a tournament considering the format. So it's pretty interesting to see some of these names really perform in these pools. I mean, we already are familiar with Turks' game, Watches as well. So in a way, this becomes a showcase really for the not so regular household names.
Absolutely. The ones that are usually round of 32, round of 16-esque teams in terms of where they usually end up being able to play stuff from like quarterfinals, some maybe low semifinals type stuff. I'm not sure how you guys structured the map pool with regards. I know it's like previous MWC charts, but which rounds they were in always escapes me.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh god.
So Rice 6 with random. All right.
Okay. And I mean, we saw this last weekend where it's like it seems like if there is an opportunity to use random, it feels better to do it on the more tech-oriented picks.
I mean, it doesn't make it less technical. I think
exactly
that's a given. Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Some wonky, odd column pattern becomes just basically like staircase. Maybe you get a couple extra jacks on a weird finger.
Yeah. Or like in the off chance, like, it just gives you like the most comfortable pattern possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like something that might err in your favor, as opposed to doing something like a chord stream pick, where it's like you're just making the chords weirder to read through. And it looks like Turks saying that they mislooked to what Rice. I think they flipped the maps around. They want to play Milan instead of Cosmic Railroad. Which, I mean, still makes sense. I mean, Milan is also a pretty technical pick.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't really change it doesn't really change things. I mean, this one is technically the mixed rice pick of the school, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So, like, instead of like going for quote unquote less tech, now we're actually going to more tech. If we're going
Yeah,
from the
fair.
LAN, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always one of those. I love whenever flashbulb is in a pool. I always like to tell people it's like if you see flashbulb, just assume it's tech. Never assume it's any other style of pick. It is more than likely going to be tech.
If it's not tech, if it's not tech, it has to be SV.
Yeah,
Nothing in between. Actually, no, something in between. It has to be both at the same time.
yeah. SV rice.
Yeah. Man, SV's back in 7K1. I mean,
I was
I
just
d-
about to say
yeah.
that.
I mean, everyone has their opinion, has their own opinions about it,
Yeah,
and it really depends on what direction the scene would want to take in the years to come. Really, if it's still a if it's a category worth looking into, I think
yeah.
like even like the 2019, 2018 years, I don't think we have really explored the potential of 7K SVs. Though I do understand the thought that there's like a lot of skill sets for 7K contains that sacrificing them to admittedly two very niche picks
Oh, for
might
sure.
not be worth it. Yeah. Anyways, the random is definitely not helping Luqas and Jerem in this pick. Like
No, it
they
is.
are they are really awkward grace notes.
I mean, even as a non-random pick, this is already a very abrasive chart to read through. I remember seeing when this one came out. I think this was what, last year's or 2 years
Yeah,
before. This was
has to
last
be last year.
year's. Um, watching players play through this without it, it was already very difficult to get through relatively unscathed. And I mean, for the most part, Turks and Ruby were making that look incredibly easy until they crossed the halfway point. Ruby finding a couple of misses, but I mean, to be fair, they already have a 100,000 point lead. Turks just like it's nothing. 99.4, highest accuracy in the lobby by a long shot.
I kind of want to say that the way the patterns are constructed are rearranged by random, or like in a way where if you're very confident in your finger independence, you should be able to find this comfortable, which is messed up.
Yeah. To say something like this when scattered by the wayside can be comfortable is ridiculous. But I mean, hey, that's stuff that people enjoy practicing sometimes. Sometimes technical patterns, sometimes these grace note heavy chord mix-ups they just know how to read them. And Turks with the only FC in the lobby, I believe. We'll wait till the
And
results come out. Yeah,
that's a clean one as
98K.
well.
No, no, that's
No,
ridiculous. That's
I
disgusting.
even with no mod, even if this was with no mod, that score
It's really
probably
good.
yeah. Like if this was in an MWC context, this has to be like what, the top 5 score of the chart for the entire weekend.
I think so. Yeah, we would have to go back, but I'm willing to say that's probably top 5.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
good.
ooh,
Oh no. Oh,
oh
Luqas, what are
boy.
you doing? Oh god. We're going for Hybrid 1
Okay,
with random.
okay. I kind of understand why Hybrid One could be a target for random because for the most part, it's an auto jam style chart, and like a lot of auto jam ish players
Mhm.
prefer to play charts on random. Shoutouts
No,
to
fair
random
enough.
ring users.
So it should be very interesting. It's funny. We had no random used in the last match. Now we have back-to-back random picks.
I mean, personally, I find this a bit more sensible to have random on.
Mhm.
I think there are better picks to use random on in the entire pool, like LN3 maybe. Fansa actually would have been nice to see on random. But that's banned.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Can we roll, and who wins the roll is the winner of the match? Fun fact, like a few years ago, I think it was like 2018 or 2019, there was this roll tournament where like up to 256 people signed up, and then they were placed into a bracket randomly, and then they were summoned into multiplayer rooms like with a proper MP link and all. And then they just do like one roll 100. Who has the higher number advances to the next round. And then the funniest part, the prize was like 6 months of supporter for the champion.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
But like, the tournament,
just roll better.
yeah, the tournament started at like what 1 a.m. for me. I signed up, like I just stayed up very late. I lasted for like 3 or 4 rounds until I got eliminated by a 1.
Oh my god.
Has to be the worst way to lose a roll tournament.
I think I'd rather roll a 1 and know I just straight up lost than roll like a 99 and then have the person next to me get 100.
Oh, that's awful.
No, it would have been funny if you rolled a 1 and then
Yeah.
that person also rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, you gotta roll again if it happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like one of the funniest tournaments I've ever joined.
We need
What
to
would be
bring stuff like
cool?
that back.
What would be cool is if there would be a badged edition of that tournament at some point.
Oh my god. Best roller on the website.
Yeah,
Yo, I'm a high roller badge, literally.
yeah. But they gotta make it like a best of 7 rolls or something like that to keep it fair. Anyways, back to this chart.
Alright, hybrid 1 with random. We get target for love here, and Jerome finding the first miss of the lobby. Gregory trades it back, so not the biggest lead we've seen for Oxygen Allergy. Gonna give Gregory a run out here to get a chance to play in this match. Luqas and Jerome basically holding down the fort for Luqas Monkey, and right now bottom of the lobby really going at it against each other, and Jerome actually winning the exchanges between the two of them going into the second quarter of the chart. Some trades back and forth, but right now Jerome actually holding onto about a 4% higher accuracy than Gregory as it stands going into the second quarter of the chart right now.
Lots of focus on the middle and ring fingers, and in the way this is structured by random, so not exactly the most comfortable patterns. Like you see one-handed brackets as well. They're not fun to play. And alongside the lens, I think I can understand like the amount of misses that we're seeing from both Gregory and Jerem here, and they've been exchanging misses a lot, which is just enough to make the score gap here super close. Like we're within a few hundred, we're well within 1,000 points, with still halfway, well, still half of the chart remaining.
Yeah, that 4% advantage by Jerome basically evaporating through that second third of the chart. And now Luqas falls. That was the only high combo that Luqas Monkey had, and that's going to help Oxygen Allergy begin to grow this lead off the back of Turks holding on to this 99.76% accuracy. Still the only FC in this lobby, just not phased at all by some of the weird patterns going on in this chart. Restructured by random here. But that being said, Gregory finding a multitude of misses, going to give the lead back on over to Luqas Monkey as we make our way into the last quarter of the chart. Jerome trading some of them back. Luqas falling as well. Is there enough time for Oxygen Energy to pull this one back?
Gregory needs to hold on to their combo, because I don't think the trades will be enough unless Jerome finds like a massive sequence of misses, but Gregory is just trading them enough. I think Luqas Monkey might be able to escape this chart, even if Turks manages to get through. Oh no! I was about to mention a massive full combo.
Not over. It's not over. It's not over. It's 2,000 points. Wait, but Gregory's the only finding misses through this outro. Jerome trades on them back. Oh my god, this is gonna come out last, but no, it's hundreds. It is hundreds of points.
Jerome with the late miss.
Watch the releases. Oh my god. 1,600 points. Oh, if Turks managed to hang on to the FC, it probably would have been over. But alas, Luqas Monkey picks up the first point, avoids the sweep. The random on Hybrid 1 doing just enough to see them over the line.
That was... Well, Gregory Gregory was about to say what I was supposed to say. The the chart is cute and funny.
That's one way
Like
to put it.
yeah, like the amount of focus the amount of focus Random just gave to like the middle and ring fingers, those are painful.
Yeah,
That's a painful randomization. I think that was disgusting.
uh,
Like I've been shocked that Turks managed to get two misses, only two misses out of it.
and not even during those sections where there was the one hand brackets going on. It was literally towards the end of the chart when things really started flying off the rails.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
now we go
so
to Bryce
now
3.
Roku Denashi, Arata naru Ketsui. So now back to a sense of normalcy, considering the previous two charts were on random.
Yeah, this one's just straight up sharpshooting for Bryce accuracy. Now we're no more games, no more funny business. We're a serious tournament once again. It is
Man,
golf
that was
time.
fun. Or
It's
is
like
Turks gonna go for an eagle, an albatross? Or is there something about this song that refers to golf that I'm not catching?
no, I think the disease that is wishing players golf has finally reached a fever pitch, and now we must simply golf.
Gotta summon the inner Tiger Woods then.
Exactly. Gotta shoot for the lowest score possible. And by that, I mean lowest amount of misses. Because with everybody being as proficient at Rice as they are, I imagine single digit miscounts are going to be at a premium sometimes. So as we get this chart underway,
Well,
I was going to
here-
say a 3,000 point lead, going to extend to about 9,000. Jerome finding the first drop in the lobby, not traded back by anybody on the side of Oxygen Allergy. Ruby coming back in to back up Turks through what they hope to be the final chart in this match. And with 2/3 of the map left to go, looking very solid from their side, 99.9 and 99.8 for both of them. Luqas, the next closest in terms of accuracy to try and contest, but with Jero finding the misses, not going to do any good for Luqas Monkey's hopes of trying to get back into this map as it stands.
yeah, Jaren finding yet another drop going like the symmetric patterns kind of giving Jerem some trouble maintaining their consistency really. But though finally the chart gets into this break section, which you could hardly call a break. But this is an opportunity to regain back some of the accuracy lost, especially for Team Luqas Monkey here. Meanwhile, Oxygen Allergy, how to be this consistent? I will never know how.
Yeah, sure. It's truly a wonder to behold. And as the song begins to pick up once again, Luqas finds the drop as well. A full combo reset on the side of Luqas Monkey, and the lead grows to about 50,000 points. And with a sliver of chart left to go, I think this one can be called done and dusted. Ruby and Turks in lockstep with each other within a 0.1% of each other. There's going to be another devastatingly good team score from them. What is it going to be? 993, 996 to close things out, and Oxygen Allergy takes the
Ooh.
match by a score of 6-1. Two near V1 double S's.
Yeah, only 3 200s across the board
That's
for
ridiculous.
team.
That's
Man,
not
this
human.
is. I'm excited for MWC. Like the scores that we're gonna be seeing come January, if it actually happens in January. And also as well for Team Lucas Monkey, the players in their team, like they've shown a lot of bright spots in the two
Oh,
matches that
absolutely.
they played, and I hope that they get the opportunity to shine as well in MWC.
For sure. This will be the end of the line for Luqas Monkey. We hope they have enjoyed their time playing. Congratulations to Oxygen Allergy. They move on to the semifinals. And with that being said, there's only one match left in this weekend, and it's going to happen in about 12 minutes. It's gonna be. I'll let you deal with the pronunciation of these two team names. I'm not gonna take a stab at this.
I mean, I don't speak Bahasa Indonesian as well, so I'll give it a shot. So we're gonna have Minggir Lumisqueen facing Kivicat Federation for a final match of this weekend. Like, it's kind of weird that all of the matches are happening in one night or one day if you're in the other side of the world as I am. So we're gonna take a short break, and I think we're gonna be staying online here on stream. So we're gonna stay quiet for a bit, get some water, maybe a few snacks, because I think this might also end up to being one of the closer matches of the weekend, and I hope that it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So until then, we'll catch you guys in a couple minutes. But until then, take care, y'all. Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Random Invitational Quarterfinals. We are back with the final match of the weekend already. It's like we just started a couple of hours ago, and now it's almost done. As always, my name is Sparky, and I am joined in the commentary booth once again by Surf285. Surf, how you doing?
Yeah, you mentioned that we just started a few hours ago because it literally was a few hours ago. Also, as we join the stream, we see the first one roll of the tournament.
Lovely.
Yeah, what a way to open this match. But anyways, to continue my introduction, this is indeed the last match of the tournament. I mean, of the round. Oh my god,
Tournament's over. Tournament's over after this.
Oh
We're
my-
stopping at quarterfinals. You gotta
Oh my
end it
God.
now.
Okay, last match of the weekend. That such is the nature of a single elimination tournament. Next week we will only have two, and actually on finals weekend we will have a third place match. So there will also be two matches by then. Yeah, that not many matches to show, but I hope that the action is more than enough to cover for it. As we have Mingerlu, Miss Queen, and Kitty Cat Federation number 3 versus number 6 in the bracket. We already saw the first one roll of the tournament. I hope that there are going to be some more surprises in this match as we see Kitty Cat Federation protecting for no reason. Okay, that probably should have been mentioned as RC2 instead of protecting for no reason. That sounds like a full-on sentence on its own.
Honestly, yeah.
And Miguel Miss Queen protecting LN1. So now for the bans.
Be interested to see what they decide to get rid of for this match. Some pretty good options. I mean, most of the LN pool is up for grabs, but Hybrid 2 going to be the ban for Mingir Loomis Queen. And then Kiwi Cat Federation going to answer back. It's anybody's guess. LN4. So Fansa being the hot ban for the weekend. Saw it banned out last match. Gonna see it banned out again this one. And now we get the first pick coming through here from Kiwi Cat Federation. Always an interesting time to try and guess what it's going to be, but judging by the LN4 ban, maybe something in the Rice pool? Something like Rice 4?
Maybe, yeah. Rice 4 has been a favorite pick. I mean, it's a core jack pick. If you're act focused, that has to be the one pick that you have to keep open. And I'm pretty sure like they're one of the reasons why Fansa ends up getting banned. It's technically the longest pick of the entire pool as well, outside of tiebreaker.
Yeah, but it looks like it's gonna be Rice 3 going to be picked up here. So we're gonna start things off with how we ended off the last match. Gonna have a reprise of Rice 3 here. Doing some lobby logistics here. Gonna see Rafko and Azriel. At least for the moment for Mingir Loomis Queen. And Meiju and X-Devil for Kiwi Cat Federation. As I say that, X-Devil does depart.
I think we're just checking on do you think like just positioning of everyone in the room, I think, based on what we're seeing in chat.
Yeah, just ensuring everybody's in the right teams. Looks like it's gonna be Phobos X coming in for Kiwi Cat Federation. So gonna be Bakia Meiju for this pick. Their first of this match. Let's see how this goes. I mean, we were kind of talking about it a little bit earlier. We're hoping this one might be one of the closer matchups of the weekend. That being said, we've already had a match go to tiebreaker, so I'm sure anything's possible here. And already starting this map off, Astro finding the first drop for Mingir Loomis Queen, going to give a bit of a buffer for Kiwi Cat Federation to work with. And Ravko falls as well. Before the forward combo caps, they're not going to do as much damage as if though it were halfway through the chart, but still a pretty sizable lead for Kiwi Cat Federation to start this map off, especially since they're going to cross that 400 combo cap first and going to start growing this potential advantage. But that being said, Phobos X not hanging on to the highest of all accuracies, down in that 98% range. The only player down in that range. Meiju not too far behind, 99.2 for them, and that's really going to start giving back the lead to Mingir Loomis Queen, despite the fact that, as I say, that Phobos going to be finding the first draw for Kiwi Cat Federation, and that's all Mingir Loomis Queen needed to start building this advantage. 12,000, 13,000 points, and climbing off the back of two really high accuracy points for both Ravko and Astro to start this first half of the chart off.
Yeah, Phobos finding problems maintaining the combo has been making the difference between these two teams, and this is a continuous sequence of misses really until this very point where we enter this break section. Like just look at the accuracy, it's like 1% behind Meiju's, and it's a like at this level, like this is a very sizable disadvantage.
Yeah, for sure. You still have players that are very much capable of sharpshooting, pretty good accuracies on something like this. So 99% is usually the bar. Azrael finds a drop on the build-up, leading up into this next section, going into the last eighth of the chart, but still a drop in the bucket compared to what Meiju and Phobos have been dealing with. Ravko falls as well. That's both combos gone for the side of Megir Miss Queen, but they have a 35,000 point buffer to work with. And if Phobos trading one of those misses back, it's going to be a little bit too much for Kiwi Cat Federation to overcome, and Mingir Lumis Queen pick up the first break point in this match to start things off to make it 1-0.
Major with the only full combo in the room here, Rafko and Asio both getting two misses, but like the overall consistency really showing here. Though I don't think that this pick in particular is going to be bearing that much, unless like they have something in the LNs as well. Like they might be just going into this pick like they're more confident really with their Rice for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. Just maybe feeling things out here to start things off. It is a best of 11, so first team to 6 points will be moving on to the semifinals, the last spot in that semifinals bracket. So better to get those odd picks out early, and Rafko and Mingir Lumis Queen gonna go for their protect to start things off here. LN1.
So I know that the players in Mingir Lumis Queen actually are quite good in LNs, and LN releases this pick in particular. Like if you're into nailing the release timings of this chart, you're pretty much golden here. And I think KVCAT Federation has that in mind as well. I mean, they're having Major and X Devil. I think I remember these two being their country's LN duo during MWC.
Yeah, potentially. So gonna hope to contest against the likes of Ravko and Endorphin on the other side. Endorphin checking in for Azrael for this one. And pretty short map overall. Not gonna have a lot of combo to work with if this style of LN1 pick is anything like previous LN1s before it. So definitely got to watch out. You already mentioned the release timing is going to be a bit of an issue. So let's see how the players do here. Mingir Lumis Queen looking to try and double up to start this match off, make it a quick 2-0.
Very close in the intro, but once we see like the more tricky patterns kick in, we might see the main difference really. Though as it stands, Miguel Lumis Queen has been maintaining this 4,000 point lead, slowly increasing it. X Devil with the lowest accuracy in the entire room might be the one making the difference as it stands. Domage's accuracy has been hovering around the 99.4% level, just keeping up with Endorphin really here. Rafko, on the other hand, yeah, sure, as I mentioned, they did drop to 99.6, but it's still a pretty sizable advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. With already half the chart gone, 7,000 points. All four FCs still left on the board here. It could really come down to who blinks first in terms of finding the miss, and Meiju going to be the first one finding the drop in the entire lobby, and that's going to help grow this lead for Mingir Lumis Queen to 18, 19,000 points and climbing with a quarter of the chart left to go. Unless there's some trades back, it's going to be really hard to get back up with that 400 combo cap to try and start contesting, especially because of the fact that they're not holding on to the highest accuracies here. They're pretty much in lockstep with each other between Meiju and X Devil on their own side. But to be able to contest against the likes of Ravko, against the likes of Endorphin, you need to start building that back up. And there's not a lot of time left to do that here.
And that ends the chart. This is a pretty sizable advantage again for Mingir Lumis Queen.
Very strong,
Unfortunate,
calm performance.
unfortunate misses though coming from Meiju. Like this would have been a really good score with a full combo.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I mean, with a chart that short, only 2,000 combo to work with, and missing halfway through it, it really does just throw a wrench in your overall score. But well played. Very, very competitive scores. It's just, I mean, Ravco and Endorphin being able to put up a score like that, it could have easily flipped if they had found some inopportune missed timings, but the 2FC is a little bit too much to overcome there. And
I
with that being
presume Kivicat.
said, go ahead.
Yeah. I presume Kivicat Federation should be picking Rice still, and I might be possible to see Total Eclipse coming in right now. Maybe banking on some accuracy. Like just to get themselves on the board.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see something more standard. I mean, you have Rice 1, Rice 2, Rice 4 to work with, but I want to see a little bit chaos here. Rice 5, Rice 6, leaning more towards Milan for something a little bit more chaotic. We already saw it last match where we saw Milan with random, and that was quite a bit of a sight to behold. As we Rice 6, so Cosmic Railroad. Alrighty.
Interesting pick, yeah.
Yeah. A little bit longer than the previous one, and definitely a complete 180 in terms of feel. We were literally sitting in elevator music for a little while there before going into something a little bit more energetic. We see Phobos come back in with X-Devil this time, Azrael as well. Ravco, the only one's played every map so far, but it's still very early goings. Alrighty, so getting this map underway here.
Tons of brackets to open this chart. So most of the difficulty will be coming much later. So we're already seeing like some brunt of the density here, and Rafko finding a drop on that spacebar mini jack. Pretty good sign here coming for Kivicat Federation, who needs some of that advantage, though Miguel Miss Queen kind of managed to neutralize it. Well, never mind. Astral finds a drop, so no more full combos from their side. And this advantage, I think, is like the first time that Kivicat Federation is getting a full extent of having an advantage for for a decent amount of time, and that's a big drop from Astral. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah, very early exchanges coming through, and Phobos finding a drop during the break section, letting their foot off the gas a little bit. X-Devil trades one as well, so no full combos on the side of Kivicat Federation, and it's a little interesting seeing the misses coming through on the calmest parts of the chart, not even back into the next drop, into real big density sections, but needing to climb back up to that 400 combo cap. Both of them going to make it in due time, but it gives back over that 6,000 point advantage back to Mingirlu, Miss Queen, Ravco, and Azrael, fully recovered from their earlier drops. That being said, they've been the ones finding the propensity to miss a lot more often, especially when things start to get a lot harder. But with a quarter map left to go, this is probably the most competitive map we've seen so far this match. 4,000 points. They haven't been able to really extend that lead, but that being said, Phobos finds yet another drop with a quarter map left to go, but it doesn't grow that much farther. Oh, but X-Devil finds one as well, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. 13,000 points and climbing for Mingir Lumis Queen, and they have yet to find a trade in return.
and that sequence and that sequence really helps Miguel Queen's case here for this pick. And they've just scored their third point. Givikas Federation might have to start trying to get some points on charts that they might not exactly be comfortable with.
Maybe, but that was the strongest that they looked in terms
Yeah,
of overall team performance. It's just once they hit that break section, they were just spiking misses left and right. They were able to handle all the hardest parts of the chart, but outside of that, everything fell apart for them. It might lead to some avenues where maybe if they keep up the propensity to pick these more tech mixed rice style picks, I mean, Milan is still on the board here where they could do something where they can show off their physicality because that was a very physical pick and they handled it really nicely. But it's not up to them. It is Mingiru Loomis Queen's pick. It is going to be LN3 here to try and continue this advantage. 3 to the good so far.
so now we're seeing 8-bit Voyager. And given the physicality of the other rice picks that we see here, and considering that the density pick usually ends up being the closest one to a chord stream pick, I don't think it bodes well for Givikas Federation.
We'll just have to wait and see if they can match up to what we've seen so far being the LN proficiency for Mingiru Loomis, Queen Ravco, and Endorphin coming back in. They looked very strong in the earlier LN pick. Can they go 2 for 2 on them so far in this match? Can I get this underway here? KVCat Federation looking to try and notch their first point on the board. Gonna need to start getting some break points back in their favor if they want to try and equalize.
Endorphin, interesting. Actually, this is like one of the rare times you're actually seeing hidden in a 7K tournament, like in a 7K tournament context at least.
Yeah, but handling it very well. It looks like they can read these things very comfortably. Maybe not have the highest accuracy in the lobby or the FC in the lobby for Mingiru Loomis Queen, but as long as they can hold their own, maybe hold off the likes of X Devil. Ravco falls as well. There is only one FC left in the lobby, and it belongs to Meiju, and that might be enough. But as I say that, they find the miss as well. A full lobby reset. X Devil, the only one with a striking semblance of combo. Endorphin not too far behind, but as it stands in the exchanges have been going in favor of Mingiru Loomis Queen. Both of their players holding on to this 99% accuracy, 99.3, 99.2 respectively. And it's helping them pull away despite the fact that Endorphin finding an drop. But that was relatively clean, but that second one's starting to do some damage, but Meiju trades one back. With half the chart left to go, it's only 15,000 points. It's not a complete runaway yet, and we have seen wilder swings in this match already.
Yeah, and there's like enough chart remaining for just a massive swing. Ravco finding a drop, like that might be one of the opportunities Givikas Federation is looking for. They still have to negotiate one more quarter of this chart with practically dense padding. Endorphin finding another drop, but they still maintain 99% accuracy. Was there still enough time? Ravco finding another drop? Is this gonna be it? Is there enough time?
Like, remains to be seen is 4,000 points.
One more dense section.
The chart left to go. Are we gonna see some combo gaming here at the end? At the end here, 3,000 points. It's still shrinking. X Devil finds the drop.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The second one as well. Oh, so close.
Oh man, that was so close.
Oh,
Just
that
missed
one
out
hurt.
on the end. Oh, what would have been the best combo in the room as well. Maybe if they maintained that, it would have been much, much closer.
Oh, absolutely. That would have been maybe like 1,000 points between the two teams. But that drop at the
Yeah.
end, the fact that they didn't have the highest accuracy in the room, the ratio not as not as high, but still very competitive overall. And a lot of what ifs, but I mean, they're fighting. They're not letting these points go over easily. The
Indeed.
4-0 could have easily been 2-2 in another world.
Indeed. Just missing out really on when it matters the most, but I mean, as long as their opponents haven't reached 6 points, they still have an opportunity to do something special.
Oh, absolutely. It's not over till it's over. And I always like to say that last point's always the hardest one to get. So can't lose hope here, being 4-0 down. There are still some picks that they can navigate. They've shown that they can handle the physicality of some of these harder picks. I mean, we might have discounted them on LM3, but they really showed up on it. And there's still some really hard picks in this pool. I still look towards Ride 5 being a potential way of trying to notch a point on the board, but it was going to be Rice 2 with random.
Okay, so me and Kobe have been talking about like which picks in particular should be played with random at some point. Like it's usually the super bracket heavy picks that end up being the one that always comes up in those discussions, and I think this is like at least the first time I see it happen. Like where I'm the one commentating. I'm not sure if it happened last weekend or like earlier tonight. But it's in. I just find it interesting. It took this long. Like most of the time we see
Yeah.
the random one. What the technical picks?
Yeah,
One time the speed pick.
I've been a proponent of random on tech picks. It feels more fitting for some reason. But that being said, that's coming from somebody that is nowhere near qualified to be playing anything of the sort in something like this. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. But with that being said, we're gonna run right into Rise 2. We see Phobos and Meiju for the side of Kiwi Cat Federation. Astro coming back in from Ingirlu Miss Queen. And I mean, so far, Kiwi Cat Federation looking to try and find an answer. We'll see if random on Rise 2 is that answer for them to try and get a point on the board here.
Okay, so we're gonna see how random is going to restructure this chart. And I already see a lot of denim brackets. These are the stuff that you call those 1-3-5-7-2-4-6 brackets, and they're not exactly the most comfortable to hit.
No, it doesn't look comfortable at all, and Phobos finding the only drops so far during that section. Everybody else hanging on pretty nicely, all things considered. A bit of damage taken in terms of accuracy, but I mean, to be fair, all that really matters at the end of the day is the score and the fact you're able to hang on to your combo halfway through already. Now Messes are going to start doing some pretty considerable damage. Halfway through the chart, it is still Mingir Loomis Queen holding on to this 30,000 point advantage.
These are like, yeah, sure, this is only 166 BPM, but like the patterns here are so stamina intensive. Like the amount of finger independence you need to exert from your hands in these brackets is just not fun to think about. And you already see both Major and Phobos struggling to maintain their combos. Astriel, even though they maintain full combo, like they're okay, never mind. But look at the accuracy still. Like it's only Ravco that really seems to be like super consistent in these with these brackets.
Yeah,
It's super consistent.
it's just wild to see players being able to read through some of these what are probably really agonizingly annoying patterns to play. Ravco finally finds a couple of drops here at the end. The focus maybe wavering just a little bit to try and make it to the end, but I mean, to be fair, with a 78,000 point cushion, there was really no turning the tide on that one. And they make it a match point situation right out of the gate here.
Indeed. Though we're seeing that those patterns are really excruciating. I mean, we're talking in the keyboard perspective here because most of the players who play Osmania are on keyboards. But for those who are on 2DX controllers, they might find those patterns really delicious.
Yeah.
Like it's just thrilling.
Everybody commenting on the brackets. It's like good random. Good job. And it looks like it's gonna be hybrid one from Ingirlu Miss Queen to try and put a nice little bow on proceedings here. Unless Kiwi Cat Federation has anything to say about it.
Alright, so possible last chart of the entire weekend as well. So I guess I might as well mention this now. Kobe did mention a few moments before this match started that even if the matches are ending on Saturday, the pools will be revealed on Sunday, like Sunday in the evening, Sunday like sometime around 12 UTC most likely. No map pool showcase as usual. It would have been cool, but the chart's already pre-existing. I think everyone who's remaining in the tournament should know where the pools came from.
Yeah, I think I said it last week. It's like there really won't be a map pool showcase because you can just go back. You can just go on the wiki. You can find the maps right there. Just pick and choose whichever ones. You're probably right.
Yeah, maybe just hope that the ones that you actually end up practicing are the ones in the pool. I mean, like, you only have like 3 years of MWC pools to look at.
Yeah.
Like, you have 3 choices for semifinals Rice 1, 3 choices for Rice 2, and so on.
Like, just play all of them. Just practice all of them.
Alright, we should be starting in a few moments. I think they just needed to rearrange players since some substitutions happened. Also, before this starts, we might as well give a shout out to the people on the 2 streams that were. Well, seems like we have a panic button moment, but anyways, let me take this opportunity to just give a shout out to the people on Twitch and Bilibili. Hope you guys are having a good time. You could also try to say hello to each other, like Twitch
Oh,
chat
that's true.
saying hello to Bilibili and the other way around. Anyways, seems like Endorphin hasn't loaded in properly just yet. Okay, there
Oh,
we
yeah,
go.
definitely. Cool. Gotta love the client.
Yeah, the tournament
Alrighty.
client has been tournament clienting the entire night.
Oh, absolutely. But for right now, we got everybody in, and as
Like, just on the off tangent about the tournament, like, you should have seen the clip I posted in this Discord server
no.
about that time I tried to stream tonight.
Oh dear.
Anyways, back to this. Mingir Lumis Queen, pretty massive advantage, I would say.
Yeah, 16,000 points and climbing so far. It's still early going, only a third of the way through the chart, so not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination, but a couple of misses picked up early on by Kiwi Cat Federation, not doing them any favors as we continue on here. Off the back of Endorphin, holding on to the only 99% in this lobby so far. Looks like Azriel is gonna be joining them before too long, unless they start picking up a couple of misses of their own. But halfway through, 18,000 points. They need to start picking it up here if you are Kitty Cat Federation. They have some pretty sizable combo to work with, but they need to start building up that accuracy. Oh, what is rates?
But relatively clean drops from both players, though. So it's kind of, though Endorphin's like the only player carrying 99% still even after that.
Yeah, it doesn't do too many points of damage, especially with the trade back from Smeedall's boy. And with a quarter of a turn left to go, it's that nearly 0.6% gap between the two of them that really keeps the score from bleeding over. XL finding another drop on this dense LN section. Endorphin falls as well, but they've already managed to grow this lead to about 30,000 points. The buffer is too massive to overcome for Kimmy Cat Federation. And with another miss from XL, that might be the final nail in the coffin for their tournament run. It was a very valiant effort. We were talking halfway through the match that it could have easily been 2-2 to start things off, but the momentum was starting to build up for Mangiru Miss Queen, and the consistency from their players just that little bit too much. Azrael and Smeedall's boy, Endorphin falls as well, but there's not any semblance of a point going over to Kimmy Cat Federation and Mangiru Miss Queen. The last couple of LNs coming down, they have secured their spot in the semifinals. The score is going to be 6-0 as they close this match out.
Yeah, what a way to close out this weekend with a really good performance from Endorphin and Azrael here. Like really good combos for everyone across the board. Again, we mentioned Kitty Cat Federation like came into this match fighting. It's just unfortunate they are in the position they were in the position where they just couldn't get that 1 point out of the way. Maybe it would have changed the dynamic of this match.
Perhaps, but a valiant effort nonetheless. And that will secure our top 4 for the tournament. As Surf mentioned a little bit earlier, despite the fact that the matches are ending on the, late Saturday for most folks, early Sunday, maybe early Saturday for some if you're like me. The map pool will still show up tomorrow. So be on the lookout in the Discord for that. Schedules will follow soon thereafter. But until then,
Yeah,
I think we're going to be... Yeah, there's your matchups.
So we have 60 players going against Risky Ayam Bakar and Oxygen Allergy facing Mangiru Miss Queen, the recent winners of this match. The losers will still be playing in the finals weekend in the 3rd place playoff. So basically next week, all of the 4 remaining teams are guaranteed to play in the last 2 weekends of the tournament.
Very nice. But until then, we'll be signing off for now. Keep an eye on the Discord for any updates. And until then, we'll catch you guys later.